Good heavity beevening, ladies as well as gentlemen. Welcome back to Papa Boris playing some Hearthstone Arena action. That was one of the more convoluted introductions I have done. Let's continue this Druid run. It's a deck I don't think is good. It has very good cards in it, but the curve seems a little off to me with not much early game. However, I've been lucky. I've gotten things to play in the early turns. I do have to give myself some credit. I drafted 2-drops pretty aggressively, got things in here like Bloodfen Raptors. I also took some 3-drops aggressively over 4-drops so that I can have things to play on turn 3 if I am slow. So I think I did a pretty good job, but I think I'd have to review the draft. I think there was a better way of doing things. Now here's a hand where you mulligan everything because there's just nothing to do. And you don't want to keep a 4-drop if you're not assured of having anything to do on turns 2. Unless, of course, you're really weirdly desperate for some reason. Here are these Farseers that I keep wasting, and the Wrath, which is a welcome sight. Now on turn 4, oh god. I was just going to say on turn 4 I could coin into one of these guys and play the other one. Now I have the ugly choice. Do I spend the coin to kill this Leper Gnome? And yeah, I think I will. It sucks to lose the coin, but you are going up a card. I have nothing else going on. If I were Stacy's mom, the song would not have been written about me because I've got nothing going on here. I have to hope if he keeps playing things, I can just kill it with Wrath and then, you know, fight it off with the Farseer. Good thing about the Farseer, at least I'm not going to waste its ability since it's going to heal me up from that Leper Gnome. Alright, Novice Engineer. So this is just a 2-mana cycle for him. He spent his turn 2-mana cycling. I'm down with that completely. And I'll spend my turn, you know, getting rid of the Novice Engineer. So kind of a stalemate situation here. Each of us, it seems, is gambling. The other has a worse mid to end game. He has the advantage, though, as the first player. Because he gets to play first. I respond to what he does. Alright, it could be worse. Scarlet Crusader would have been way worse here. I'm not that jazzed about my situation. Simply because he now can kill the Farseer in a billion different ways for 1 mana. Well, Rockbiter Weapon and Lightning Bolt. And then play 3 more mana worth of stuff. That is another way of killing the Farseer. To be certain. And then the Raging Worgen is a real headache. Oh god, that's such a pain in the ass. Wow, so I was going to play the Stormwind Knight, maybe kill one of his minions, but then the Raging Worgen gets Wind Fury turned on. Oh god, this game is just going straight to hell. Straight to hell. I will Wrath... hang on a minute. Let's listen to your own advice, Boris. I'm going to Shapeshift to kill the Sergeant. And I will Wrath to kill the Worgen. I am grotesquely behind right now. Grotesquely. But it's possible that I can catch up if I get a swipe and he plays junky minions. If he doesn't have a Hex, the Druid of the Claw could also hold me up a little bit.
For the king.
So, gotta think now. Silverhand Knight or the Druid? Silverhand Knight's more resistant to Hex. It puts more total power and toughness on the board by a slight margin. I'm gonna trust my instincts though and go for the Druid. Gotta protect my health, and I just have to hope we make it into the end game here. If I can just hang on long enough to find a swipe, I can clear out all these imps and be fine. My swipes have been unusually shy. They have really not been showing up very much in the early games. Does he have a Hex? He'll certainly play one if he does. He doesn't have a Hex, but he has something that's almost as good. So now I desperately need a swipe. A swipe would just solve most of my problems. It wouldn't quite clear the board, but it would come very close. Can't get a swipe. Alright, well, we'll do this guy. Shoot that thing dead. And I can either play the Raptor or Shapeshift to pick up a thing. I'm gonna play the Raptor here. I think board a 3-2 is more important than taking off a 1-1. So card-wise, I'm doing fine. I'm just on the horribly back foot. Board presence-wise. So does he have a spell after this? I suspect he does. Oh, how I suspect he does. Lightning Bolt, yeah. So he gets a card for that, which is just absolutely tragic. And he has another Lightning Bolt? Are you goddamn kidding me, Jesus? Oh my god, that's terrible. Well, it's not over yet, but it's getting close. It's very close to over, because I would have to go all out to kill this thing. Starfire? No, I don't think I can do Starfire. I have to do it this way, because I need to get a creature onto the ground. I really wish I could Wrath for a card and Shapeshift, but I'm a mana shy of that, so we're just going to Wrath like so. His leftover imp kills off my Stormwind Knight. I mean, this game just almost could not possibly be going any worse than it currently is. I almost don't even know why I'm playing it, but, you know, there's a chance he'll run into a stream of junk. And the fact that he has 2 extra cards off of that Auctioneer is just insane. Crap. Well, if the last video was a bang, this video is a whimper. That's for sure. I'm taking more and more damage as I try more and more desperately to hold on, but that's just how it is. Don't like going down to 11 health versus a Shaman. With him having 9 mana, 4 cards, and the full entire turn to do whatever he pleases. But such is life. Ancient of War might save me if he still doesn't have any silences or hexes. Sir Drake going up yet another card. Fan-fucking-tastic. Just never had a chance this game. And, you know, just the icing on the cake is that he had a really good mid-game. With lots of good, like, 4 and 5 drops. But he also got a Leper Gnome on turn 1, which caused me to lose my coin. I think I would have been even worse off if I hadn't used the coin. So, I had to do it. It just sucks that he got the Leper Gnome. Now he has +2 spell damage, which is terrifying. And I don't have any taunts to just protect myself from any of the damage I'm going to take. Alright, well, if I don't get Ancient of War, I'm conceding. That was an idiotic game. Wrath. Bunch of crap. Well, at least I made it to 7 and then lost. Rather than the other way around, it's nice to be guaranteed I'm getting my entry fee back. And it looks like this will be one of my average, or perhaps you could say above average runs. In the, let me take a look here. Looking at my stats sheet, I've played 9 runs so far in this series, and only one of them was in between the range 4 and 8. It was a Shaman run. Everything else was either 9 or more or 3 or less. So this will be probably another one. It doesn't seem likely I'm going to win 2 more games. My wins have been a little bit tough, and my losses have been pretty brutal. Let's see what happens, though. Hunter. God BRMLG. God, to bring rest to my large gopher. Okay. If I were still naming my videos, I'd probably call this one My Large Gopher. Alright, wow, this is nice. This would have been really nice against that Shaman. Very nice indeed. Hopefully, can I have someone not play a turn 1 creature once? We had an Undertaker, an Abusive Sergeant, a Leper Gnome. Maybe somebody doesn't want to play a creature on turn 1. That'd be really friggin' delightful. Ring the bell, pass the turn, buddy. You don't need to hover over your hero portrait. Yes, you're very handsome and muscular, but that's not it's not significant right now. Oh my god. Well, with the Web Spinner, you know, being a 1/1, we'll just go ahead and play a Panda. I'll let him trade the Web Spinner in for a card, but my Panda will stick around to kill something else, hopefully. Hoping there's no Abusive Sergeants or Direwolf Alphas. If there's a Direwolf Alpha or an Abusive Sergeant, he'd go up a card, because the Web Spinner would kill my Panda, give him a card, and that's all it takes. Buzzard, what has he got planned for this? I do not comprehend what is happening. I have a feeling I'm not actually playing against someone who's at 7 wins. This is an inconceivably bad play for many obvious reasons. Number 1, the Buzzard just dies for nothing, and number 2, that's pretty much it, actually. That's number 1, number 2, number 10. That's every number on the list. Just playing a Buzzard on turn 2 in front of a Druid, just to have the Buzzard die is horrible. So I got a Beast now. We have no idea what it is. But I went up a card by killing the Buzzard, plus an untold number of other cards because he didn't save the Buzzard for later. So Eagle Hornbow catches him up a little bit in the card advantage department. I will probably just play my Bluegill Warrior next turn and hit him in the face, because I'd rather lose the Bluegill Warrior to the bow than an actual real creature like the Wolf. So maybe I should have used a Wrath to get a card. Maybe if I had done that, I'd have better things to do now. Alright, even better, I think the Wolf Rider uses up more of my mana. If he uses the bow to kill it, he will have taken 6 damage from it, which is, you know, pretty serious business, dropping down to 20. Not that Druids are that great at burning people out, but you have to have a little bit of respect for your life total in a case like this. Alright, looks like he's going to try to charge up this bow to extra heights. He's going to play the owl and silence my wolf rider, a very interesting choice. Very interesting indeed. So probably this is what, a freezing trap? That's probably what it is. So we will trigger it like this. Alright, it's not a freezing trap. So it might be an explosive trap. I guess I'll trigger it like this. No, it's a snipe. Well, that was still a pretty good way of triggering it. So this guy survives. Hits him in the face. Now the bow can, of course, kill him, but can kill the Stormwind Knight, but he's taken 4 damage from this guy and lost a secret. So I'd say that's a pretty good deal. Still, with all this removal and nothing to remove, I might fall behind. If I don't get a good 5 or 6 drop soon. Not that this deck has any 6 drops, but any kind of good card. Stampeding Kodo! Oh, golly. Bonker sauce. That's actually really terrible. I don't have any good turn here. I could do Direwolf and Bluegill hit it for 3, but that won't actually kill him. Swipe does me no good. Alright, we'll just do this, I guess. And hit him in the face. Alright, I'm gonna go into racing mode here, I think. I've got 6 damage, he's down to 13 health. It's not really enough to start racing, but I'm gonna just make him have his hands full killing my stuff, perhaps. Another secret. Okay, let's see if that is an explosive trap this time. Hits me in the face. I guess he's trying to preserve his health. Yes, he's going for broke now. Interesting. So he's probably I probably gotta figure that's what, explosive trap? I mean, that's the most likely culprit. Could also be a freezing trap, I suppose. Well, let's check. Not freezing or snake trap. That's gotta be explosive trap. I mean, it could be a misdirection, but geez. So we'll do this. Shapeshift. Try to get the explosive trap out of the way. Oh, it's not explosive trap. So it's not snake. It's not explosive or freezing. Could be a snipe. Could it be a snipe? Another snipe. Who'd play with 2 snipes? Okay, this is a misdirection. So next time I attack his face, the minion will turn around and charge me, unless I have other minions, and they might charge at each other. Corehound. Well, Swipe and Wrath are good for taking out Corehounds. Alright, I'm going to attack him and hope that the Raptor runs into the Corehound. It's a 50-50 chance. I might as well do that. No! It looked like it was going to hit the Corehound, and it didn't. Alright, fine. So we'll swipe this. Wait, no. Always draw cards first. Actually, change of plans. We're going to Wrath this thing for 3. And Keeper of the Grove it to death. I gotta get a creature onto the board here. We need to start hurrying it up, because he's gotten a lot of mileage out of this Eaglehorn bow. He could actually potentially burn me out at this point. I've got another silence in my back pocket if I need to get through taunts. He has 4 cards. I need to not underestimate him. Now the life totals are equal. He has another secret. Wow, that's amazing. And a multi-shot. Yikes. I am actually in trouble now. Is he going to kill my Keeper of the Grove? He probably should. Alright, he's going for the win, though. Okay, well, let's see what the secret is. Explosive trap? I'm guessing it is. Yes, okay. I am going to be very disappointed if I lose this game, although it's looking like I may. He's got 6 damage in the explosive in the Eaglehorn bow plus steady shot, so that's 8 damage. I'm down to 4 health. I'm definitely in trouble. I've only got 9 damage. He's still at 8 health, which is a fairly long distance from dying. Crap. These damn secrets, I kept expecting them to run out, but they never did. Well, here's a buzzard, and does he have a beast this time? He has a web spinner. Okay. Swipe will take out both of those, which is good. Does he have a deadly shot for my tiger? That would be annoying. He seems to have an explosive shot, maybe, for the tiger. He tried to point something at it. He has a deadly shot. What are you doing? Why did you point something at the tiger if you had a deadly shot? You asshat. And he hits me and still has mana left over for a steady shot. Oh, the story of my life. So next turn he's going to hit me for 5 damage. I'm going to be at 3 health. Terrible, just terrible. Alright, I hate doing this, but I am going to silence this to stop him from getting a minion. I'm going to swipe his face. This leaves me without enough mana to shapeshift, but such are the risks. Now, an arcane shot or a kill command will kill me. And I will lose one of the most heartbreaking games in a way, because I really feel like I should have beaten this guy. He didn't play well. This guy played a turn 2 buzzard against me, for Christ's sake. And yet somehow I didn't manage to win. And in fact, yep, there's the kill. So this was a secret deck in the arena, a turn 2 buzzard. I don't know, I must have misplayed that in some disgusting fashion, because I'm actually disgusted with myself that I lost that game. It's rare that I am disgusted with myself. Because, you know, we all make mistakes, so be it. But losing to someone who played buzzard on turn 2 and just let you shapeshift to kill it is beyond embarrassing. I must have been able to preserve my life total in some fashion or do something else. Of course, had I won that coin flip and the Raptor had hit him in the face, or hit the Core Hound instead of my face, I might have done better. I don't know. Anyway, 7 wins is alright. Got back my entry fee. And we are ready to start the next arena, put the last one out of our mind. Let's actually go ahead and update my stats sheet a little bit. Druid, 7 wins. Alright. Previous suckage with the Druid has been avenged. Alright, still no Rogue. I need to play Rogue. Of these classes, Warrior and Warlock are the ones I've played the least, and Warlock I did terribly. I only got 1 win, so let's do Warlock this time, see if I can avenge that. Alright, we'll go for Violet Teacher. Very solid 4-drop. I hate passing on a Boulder Fist Ogre, but aggro is really the way to go if you can manage it as a Warlock, so I'll grab the Flame Imp. And in fact, even though this engine is the stronger card, and, you know, 100 times out of 101, I would pick it over a Wolf. I'm going to take the Wolf just to try to go for the aggro bent here. Now, I'm not so crazy as to play Young Dragonhawk, so we have to take the only playable card left. Interesting choice here between Leper Gnome and Undertaker. Both are good cards. Don't currently have any Death Rattle. They're actually very good together. If I don't get good Death Rattle cards, this thing will just suck. I'm going to take Leper Gnome and play it a bit safer. Murloc Raider, do you really go for aggro to this extent that you take a 2-1 for 1? I think so. Let's do it. Let's go for aggro here. So even with aggro, Hellfire can be nice. Spellbreaker, of course, to get past taunts is tempting, but the Hellfire, sometimes you just need it to finish off the opponent, deal 3 damage, and sometimes if things fall behind, you can do that as well to clear out the board. We'll get a Demon Fire to kill early minions. Mortal Coil is, of course, fantastic. Here, I have to take the Cobra because it's the only thing that's playable. I'll take a Drain Life, even though it's a bad spell. I found if you're going for the aggro thing, being able to just deal 2 damage for 3 mana is sometimes all you need. Now, I hate this because Warlocks don't have secrets. I don't want to play a 2 for 2, so I'll take Succubus, even though I think it's a bad card. Another Direwolf. This is just not good. We'll take a Golem. Now, do I take a big creature here just to have something on hand? Or a generic 2-drop? Yeah, I'll take the big creature just to have something big in this deck as a backup plan. Void Caller. Could be good. What demons do I have? I have a Flame Imp and a Succubus, which would actually be nice to get onto the board for free. Tempting. But I'll take an Abusive Sergeant. It's a very good aggro card. I don't think I can afford to pass it. Shadow Bolt can be good, but I'll take a Voidwalker. That's really annoying to deal with. I'll take another Wolf. So many Wolves. Better than Tidehunter, though. Alright. Azure Drake for some card draw and another thing in case if things go awry. I don't want to play with 2 Succubi, but I will, because I don't want to take any more 5s and 6s. Alright, Dark Iron or the Cleric? I'll take the Cleric because it's cheaper. Bit of a tough call, though. I definitely don't want to play with a 3rd Succubus, so Harvest Golem it is. Only 1 playable card there. And Doomguard is very good for aggro, so I'm happy to pick that up. I'm a little bit concerned by how many 5s and 6s I have, but Zombie Chow is fantastic. Oh my god, well, I just can't afford a Dread Corsair. It's just too bad, so I'll take another Succubus. Now, Undertaker number 2. Anything here? Well, Leper Gnome, obviously. Zombie Chow. Harvest Golem. 2 of those. Alright, that's it. So this could be really bad. I don't think it's worth passing on a Mortal Coil for, although I would take it, just to have the potential for a very strong start. I think that taking here would be a mistake. So do I take the Siphon Soul to have an out, just in case things go bad, or the Young Priestess to go along with the aggro thing? I'll take the Siphon Soul. Although, that was a tough call. Perhaps I'm not, I just don't have quite the balls to commit to full-on aggro. Hard to say. Well, anyway, let's let's go ahead and see what we can do here. If this deck does play quickly, the games might be fast. We might get through more games than usual in the 25 or so minutes that remain in this video. Can't believe I took a Murloc Raider. That's crazy for me. QQ Rage Quit. God, I want to beat that person already. QQ Rage Quit. Well, we're gonna have to keep the Succubus. You just gotta use these Succubi. If you got them, you just gotta use them. Let's keep them both. I'll coin out one on turn 1 if I need to. Looks like I don't need to. I can just play Murloc Raider and then a Succubus. Hopefully I'll throw out the other Succubus. Keep an eye on that Young Priestess versus Siphon Soul selection. Alright, well this is actually kind of nice. I'll play the Murloc Raider. I figure she's going to dagger up and kill it. Then I can play the Mad Bomber. Get that out of the way. Does she have something better than a dagger? No, maybe she was thinking about shivving it? I don't know. I could Succubus, of course. It's just to get a bigger body on the table. Alright, we'll do it. You know what? If you got these damn Succubi, you've got to use them. Hopefully I throw out the coin or the other Succubus. The Mad Bomber is okay too. That was actually probably a pretty good hand to have when playing a Succubus. Only thing I really wouldn't have wanted to lose was the Mortal Coil. And we're going to start going for the face, I think. 4 damage is a lot of damage. Shiv, okay. I assume there's a backup plan for this. Deadly poison? No, it's just a Shiv. Just a little old Shiv. Alright, well, you know what? We're committed. Let's do the other Succubus. I lost the coin. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted to lose. Now I've got 8 damage on the table. Opponent better do something more impressive than what she did last turn about these things, because 8 damage is a lot to be taking. I do have 2 damage. Burn potential going on here. Alright, so Tazdingo's not too bad. I'll have to lose a Succubus getting through it, but I have Mortal Coil, which is perfect. And another creature to play. I don't even hear their voice acting very much. It's pretty good. As the Master wishes. Well done. Alright, so 7 cards here to my 5, but I'm at full health, so I can life tap a few at least. And I've got 2 minions that both draw me cards. So it's looking good. Murloc Tidehunter, who gives a crap. Is she going to give them taunt with the Sun Fairy Protector? If not, I don't care. Earthen Ring Farseer, perhaps? Pointing at herself to heal. She's going to hit the Succubus, which delights me. And play Perdition's Blade, I see. Whatever, that's fine. Let's drop a Drake. Piece of cake. And you know what? I'm going to kill this. Now, the reason I'm killing this thing is it helps my Drake survive. So if the Drake survives because I killed that Murloc and gets the hitter in the face, that'll make up for the 2 damage I spent killing the creature instead of hitting her. If she actually hits the Drake with the weapon, that's a tremendous victory as well, because that's 4 damage. She is. She's being a little bit too careless with the weapon, or maybe just desperate. Fan of Knives is a nice finisher, but I do get a Golem back. Is she going to kill this with another Fan of Knives or a Shiv? Or whatever, SI Agent or something? Echoing Ooze, not impressive. Not at all, unless you can play an Abusive Sergeant and give this make it a 3-2 or something. Nope, okay. Good show, good show. So here, I think it makes sense just to flood the board. I'll hit her in the face. Oh my god, did I really just attack him for that before playing a Direwolf Alpha? Hilarious. Alright, well I guess I'll play No Mission Mentor then, change of plans. And Raptor. That was very silly. I should have played the Direwolf, attacked for 3 damage and throw these other things down. She really can't afford to hit anything more with her weapon. Let's see if she finds a way to get rid of my board. Got Doomguard now for 5 damage and Drain Life for 2 more. That's 7 damage on tap. barring taunts. And I can life tap freely. Get another fan of knives, okay. Fine. And she will take 2 damage getting this off, which is not a mistake per se. If it's going to hit you anyway, you might as well kill it. You know what I never got in this draft? I never got any Soul Fires. I'm pretty sure that's twice in a row now that I've played Warlock without Soul Fire. Well, Doomguard is 5, plus 2 is 7. That's unfortunate. If I played the Direwolf Alpha and Doomguard, that would be enough damage, but the problem is the Doomguard would probably throw away the Drain Life. So what I'm going to do here is play the Wolf, play the Flame Imp, and then Drain Life her face. I'm threatening lethal now. If she plays a Tonic and Siphon Soul. This could have been a Young Priestess dropping to the board, probably would have been better than a Siphon Soul. But hopefully I can find some source of damage. I've also got Hellfire to finish her off on top of this Doomguard. Does she have Taunt or removal for this Flame Imp? Let us see. Okay, that's a good sign. I don't care about her drawing cards, and I don't care about that either. Alright, so Doomguard leaves her at 1 health. All I need is a Hellfire or any other source of damage. And the game is mine. Would I throw a Siphon Soul away, though? Zombie Chow! Ugh! That's terrible. Alright, let's life tap. See if I can get a Hellfire here. I cannot. Alright, let's Siphon Soul. I'm not going to play Zombie Chow. But, yeah, I'm just fishing for that Hellfire that I need so desperately. Hellfire plus Doomguard is the win. Of course, now she has more time to play taunts. But Zombie Chow is not playable. I cannot give her any health. Shoot. Leper Gnome would be good because that would be 2 damage, albeit indirectly. Oh my god, I can't believe I got her down to 1 health and I'm having such a hard time closing the deal. So now she's wrested control of the board. She's got 10 damage on the table. I actually only have a limited amount of time to finish her. Hellfire, where are you? Where are you? Voidwalker. Ugh. Well, let's see if I can get Hellfire. But I got Leper Gnome. Okay, this is good. So I get the Taunter, the Thingamaboob, Leper Gnome. I'm not going to play Zombie Chow because that'll give her healing. Now, as long as she just can go 1 more turn without playing any taunts, which obviously if she had taunts, she would have played them. Leper Gnome sacks itself for 2 damage, and then the Doomguard finishes the deal. She does, however, play Defender of Argus and give these guys taunt, or just play another big taunt like a Sunwalker. I will potentially lose this game. Pretty sure she can't kill me this turn, but she can kill me indirectly just by getting rid of all my stuff and playing a taunt. That's like the 3rd Fan of Knives. Well, now she only got 1 man. Unless she plays a Goldshire Footman, this is over. Finally. Good lord. Okay, that was a little bit more herring than I would have liked for this quote-unquote aggro deck. Who indeed dare summon me? Someone who wants to win the game! Well played, QQ Rage Quit. Oh yes, the name was just terrible. I'm so glad I'm not losing to that troll horrible name. Tiny Dick the Paladin was the first troll name I saw, and I forgot the others. God, I think there was like some kind of like Pussy Eater or Killer or something. I think Pussy Killer beat me. And there was someone recently who killed me too who had a terrible name. Oh yes, it was something about balls. Giant ball sack? Big ball sack, perhaps? I forget what class that was. Tiny Dick the Paladin, Big Ball Sack the Rogue? Don't remember. Chunchuni the Paladin is our next contestant on The Price is Right. So we're going to keep the Mortal Coil. It's good for killing off recruits. The Mad Bomber, of course, is a keeper because it can also kill off recruits. And maybe, if we're lucky, even a real minion. And hey, we got a turn 1 play. Now, the issue, of course, with Leper Gnome is it does make the Mad Bomber unplayable, but who knows, maybe he'll play an Elven Archer or something, kill the Leper Gnome, or there'll be other things to do. An Infiltrator could kill the Leper Gnome. Actually, I could coin into the Mad Bomber here. Gotta do it. You gotta do this. There's overwhelming odds here that that Infiltrator will die. And we got the Egalitarian Bomber. which is just good enough for me. Okay, recruit's fine. We'll use the Mortal Coil, play a Leper Gnome, and start putting damage on the face. This is, after all, an aggro deck, so I need to start getting damage on as fast as I can. He's functionally at 24 health, assuming the Leper Gnome will die. Next turn, I might even play the Succubus. 4/3 is pretty good. It survives Consecration. Ah, Light's Justice. Okay. Well, the good news about Light's Justice is that he will hit the Leper Gnome, so at least the Consecration won't be as good. He's at 22 health. Now, am I going to take a moment to kill this recruit, or am I going to leave the recruit alone? That's the question. Question of the ages it is. If you know what, if this is an aggro deck, we got to play it aggro. Cobra uses more of my mana. No, alright, I'm going to play the Cobra. I will hit him in the face. And if he's got, you know, Blessing of Kings or something, the Cobra will take care of it. I am letting a Paladin keep creatures, but I think I have to, because this is, after all, an aggro deck. Let's see if he's got a Consecration here. That would let him clear the board. Had I killed the recruit, Consecration would not have let him clear the board.
Let me think.
I'm at basically full health. So I can life tap a bit if I go down on cards, thanks to these succubi. He's got a very slow start, playing a recruit twice, and now he's got Direwolf Alpha, so the recruit will kill the Mad Bomber, where previously it would not have. He's actually going to kill the Cobra, so it seems to have, like, he has something that he wants to play a lot. Alright, then what I'm going to do is the following. We're going to Demon Fire this Wolf, because that is a problem, and play Succubus? Well, the Succubus is a 4/3, this is a 3/2. What's really the difference between them? Actually, not much difference. I'm gonna play it. And I lose my Raptor. Well, better, I think, the Raptor than the Azure Drake. The Azure Drake gives me a card, and I am kind of going down cards pretty rapidly. 7 damage here, being threatened. I have Doomguard, Hellfire. Oh god, Doomguard, Hellfire? That's pretty much it. I don't have much. I've already used the Leper Gnome. I have Doomguard, Hellfire. What else in this deck gives me burn potential? Not much. Alright. So that will let him kill the Mad Bomber, but he is going to get hit for 4 damage. Here.
As the master wishes.
So why not play the Tiger? Well, it's a good question. Maybe I should have played the Tiger. Be more likely to get through, but I'd like to keep the stealth creature as a surprise. Oh yes, Drain Life is some burn damage as well. That's 2 damage. Really wish I had some Soul Fires, though. 4 damage for 0 mana that cannot be blocked by Taunt, or just about anything. Except for Mage's Secrets. It is pretty dang sweet. Wow, I have not fought any mages in the last video or in this video. I just realized that. Blessed be the day. That's quite nice. So he does have a Consecration, which lets him kill everything much more efficiently than otherwise, perhaps, might be allowed. He really cannot use his weapon against my minions, so he's going to have to get rid of these 2 guys, killing my 2 things. And I'll play the Tiger. We'll have to see if he has any taunt to get in the way of the Tiger.
I must move quickly.
Alright. Makes sense. Why would you get rid of the raid leader when you can get rid of that guy? I don't understand that in the slightest. Bizarre. Alright, that's a pretty good top deck. Anything to distract him is good. The recruit now has to kill this. So hopefully he doesn't have any taunt. The Tiger can get through for half of his health, and then if we can get a Doomguard, we win, but it's perilous. I won't deny that. Very perilous here. A single taunter can just absolutely ruin my day. Paladins really can't kill the Tiger, at least. At least not without a very lucky Avenging Wrath or something crazy like that. Okay, no taunt there. And does he have a Sun Fairy Protector to give taunt to his minions? The answer is...
Get in there and fight.
The answer is... Nope, he doesn't.
Reporting for
So he can get me down pretty low. What am I at? 20, 19. He's got 4, 6, 8, 9 damage. I'm at 10 health. Paladins are not going to easily deal 10 damage. So I will just keep on pounding his face. Now a Hellfire would win me the game, even if he does play a taunt. Doomguard would win me the game as well, unless he plays a taunt, but he's shown me he doesn't have any taunts. And he has to kill all of my minions that I play.
faith in the light.
Tyrion Fordring, eh? Tyrion frickin' Fordring. Okay, well, Hellfire still wins. Doomguard no longer does, unfortunately. But at least I can dig 2 cards per turn and have higher than average odds of finding that Hellfire before it's too late. The weapon he gets from Tyrion would go to the face, my face, so that actually is a serious problem because it's a 15 damage weapon. And I'm getting pretty low here, especially if I'm, life tapping each turn. Now he can use these 2 minions to kill my tiger. Oh, he's just going to let me keep my tiger. I see. 10. I'm going to die soon. Well, Abusive Sergeant does not help.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
Get in there and fight, maggot.
6, 10, 12, 14. I'm very close to death. Do I just throw the tiger at Tyrion? I don't think so. I think we'll just let this alone. See what he wants to do. Maybe he'll be cautious. If he doesn't have the kill, he might spend a turn killing this, which gives me an extra turn to find a Hellfire. Faceless manipulation. Oh my god, that's crazy. Well, I have one more chance to get Hellfire, clearly, and finish this game up. Other than that, I'm screwed. This is why Hellfire can be good sometimes. And my Soulfire would be good too. That would be an extra out in the deck. But clearly there's no way I'm getting past 2 Tyrions. If I get my Siphon Soul, I could have gotten past 1, but getting past 2 is not a possibility. I just have to hope he plays cautiously, doesn't hit me with everything he's got, and then I have, well, a 2 in 15 chance of getting Hellfire and winning this game. Hilarious. He friggin' hilarious. Friggin' Tyrion Fordring. He is playing cautiously, getting rid of all my minions, which is exactly what I need. So 2 in 15 odds, not great. Less than 1 in 7 of winning the game. That is not it. That also is not it. Oh, I hate everything. I don't think hitting more minions and like doing more trades would have won me that game. I think I was just destined to lose it with the deck I had. The only thing that might have let me win is if I had drafted differently. I hate everything. Well, let's keep on trucking. My last Warlock run made it to 1 win. I think this deck should do better than that. And after all, we did basically lose to a Legendary. Even something like a Sunwalker I might have been able to handle. Although, would I? No, if he had Faces manipulated that Sunwalker, I still would have been screwed. Because the Tiger was a 6/6, I could have gotten the Divine Shield off and the Tiger would have lived, but then he just would have traded another minion for the Tiger. Axiom, very cool name for a rogue. We are first against this rogue, unfortunately. Keep the Mad Bomber. Mad Bomber's a decent response to a Defias Ringleader combo on turn 1. I've even killed the whole thing before with a Mad Bomber. That was incredibly lucky. But if you can at least kill the Bandit, or the Ringleader himself, that's good enough. Hellfire, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you and your horse. What is up with all the rogues lately who say greetings? Like, most people don't say anything, so to have, like, this many rogues who actually, like, do the greeting is kind of ridiculous. Alright, we'll play the Mad Bomber. Mad Bomber beats 1 in 8 odds and throws all the barrels at her face, which in this sort of thing could be very significant. I mean, if I had had 3 more damage on my last opponent, I would have won. Haunted Creeper, you don't say. Well, let's play the Succubus and swing for the face. Siphon Soul, I lose some of my endgame get out of jail removal. Could be scary. Next turn I'm probably life tapping and playing a Raptor. Unless I get like my Violet Teacher or something. Can the rogue kill all the stuff? She still has her coin. She could turn on combos for SI agents and whatnot, if needed. Backstab plus SI agent would be devastating. She'd get a 3/3, pop out the 2-on-1s, and clear my board. I'd probably have to Hellfire, honestly, if that happened. Rifleman, that's okay. I mean, yes, one of my things died, but at the very least, I got to keep the succubus and hit her in the face once. More with it. Sometimes it's as good as you can hope for. Alright, let's actually play the wolf this time. And get 5 damage on the face. So, got hopeful 5 damage from the tiger if she can't kill it with, or stop it with taunts. And then 3 for this, so I've got 8 damage here. Does she have a fan of knives or something? Oh, she has a betrayal. Ugh. Also the bad-mannered thank you. That's great. Well, could be worse. Could definitely be worse. I will definitely counter bad manner this rogue if I get the chance. Alright, so this taunt kind of sucks, but I could actually Hellfire to kill it, and my tiger would survive this. So perhaps that is what I will do. If she puts out enough stuff that Hellfire becomes worthwhile, I will totally make it rain Hellfire. Because basically all of her stuff is going to take 4 damage. 3 from Hellfire plus 4 for the ghoul. Well, I wish she had played more minions than just this. Is Hellfire still worth it? Well, let's see what I draw and then decide. I don't like this thing being at 1 health particularly much. Golem. Alright, so let's life tap, then Hellfire. Drain life. It doesn't quite kill this ghoul, unfortunately. Actually, it does, with this and Mortal Coil. Yes, I will actually do this. It'll kill off the damn spider, and let me attack with my tiger as well, while keeping more of my tiger's health. So we got double golems, which are not hard-hitting, but they are durable, so they might enable me to squeeze some damage through if needed, while I wait for my Doomguard. Frost Elemental to freeze my tiger is a pretty good play. I don't have any silence in this deck, so that's actually really annoying. Gah, damn it. Succubus. Well, let's not play the Succubus yet. Could be that I don't want to lose the Hellfire. I didn't want to lose the Golems. Might get a use out of this Hellfire. And then get a quote-unquote free Succubus if I can empty out my hand. I'd say my opponent might do okay this game, though, because she does have 8 cards to my 5. And a pretty good board here with this 5/5. So if she can kill this tiger normally and keep her 5/5, I would be in some trouble. Okay, I'm actually okay with that. I'm okay with her getting cards as long as she doesn't get board presence. Sap. What's she sapping? A golem? Yeah, sapping the tiger would have been a very foolish move, I suppose. She kills the tiger that way, gets a card, and she can also kill off my golem. And she'll even take 2 damage. Well, that's totally fine by me. Alright, this looks like a good time to Hellfire, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so Hellfire to clear her board. Play out my minions. And I've got the Succubus ready to go next turn. As long as I don't draw Doomguard, I can play whatever card I draw plus Succubus, and I'm fine. That is the hope. But I'm on a thin rope. I don't have much by way of burn anymore, other than Leper Gnome and Doomguard.
The gates are open.
Ugh. Lost Siphon Soul, don't have any silence, don't have any really good way of killing this except for Doomguard. It's very annoying. Well, there's Doomguard, so one of these will have to get tossed. Obviously the Succubus is the one that I want to get tossed. So before I hit this, let's life tap, see what I come up with. Leper Gnome, not bad. So she's effectively down to 4 health after the Leper Gnome dies. She is facing death. She has to stop it right here. The good news for her is that this is all of my burn potential. So if she can survive this with life gain and board clear, she might actually end up winning. Fan of Knives. Seems like I'm seeing that card a lot today. Luckily, she couldn't kill off the golem before fanning her knives. Yeah, I don't really have any more burn, do I? Hellfire, Leper Gnome, Doomguard, those have all gone out. Drain Life has gone out. Yeah, I don't have much. Shattered Sun Cleric, assuming there's a minion in play, I guess, kind of counts, but that's about it. Didn't really see much charge creatures, didn't see Soulfire. This aggro deck did not quite come together like a top tier aggro deck should have. The one card I do not want to draw right now is Zombie Chow, because that would just be unplayable. She's hesitating, like she doesn't have any more taunts, perhaps? At least I can hope.
Drink with me, friend.
Panda, and... Amateur, that's fine. Anything but taunt is good in my book. Succubus, okay, so we'll play the Succubus. Then Life Tap. Flame Imp. Yep, gotta play everything out. And just hope something survives to deal one more damage to her. She can obviously kill 2 of my minions, and then there's 2 left that she either has to kill or block via taunt. And one of the minions that's left around is the Harvest Golem, which respawns. Yes, yes, wonder all you like, Axiom the Rogue. But can you actually do something about my stuff? So she can now kill off 3 of my minions? Is she gonna kill me? 8 plus 5 is 13. Oh yeah, she's got lethal. Oh my god. Well, she actually killed a minion for no reason and then just killed me exactly. Archer Commander plus Cold Blood is indeed 8 damage. That's a pretty good amount of damage. Fuck. Well, that'll do it for this video, folks. Thanks for watching. Please like and or subscribe. And in the next video, we're going to find out if I can actually get above 1 win, like I did in my last Warlock run. In my last Warlock run, I mean, I only got 1 win. So yeah, see you soon.